Alright, since everyone's been talking about issues in MMA lately, and I haven't really been getting in on it, I've been responding, but I haven't started any of my own, so here's what I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring it up real quick. It has to do with the Ultimate Fighter and my continuous disappointment with their inability to bring in quality fighters. Now I'm going to go through season by season and basically kind of tell what I mean here. I mean, it's okay. Season 1, I understand some of the crappiness of the cast because there was no guarantee it was going to be on TV and all this, and apparently they only took the fighters they could get. But nonetheless, I think you can see that, kind of, let's put it this way, at light heavyweight, there was really only Bobby Southworth, Stephan Bonner, Forrest Griffin, and maybe Sam Hoger, who were skilled enough and big enough to truly be 205ers. Like Mike Swick, very skilled, wasn't big enough. Loden Kincaid still fights at 205. I don't know why, but the man is too small. Alex Schonauer, decent sized 205er, but at the time was generally just unskilled. Now, I understand that. Now let's go fast forward to the second season. You have the heavyweight class. Now, someone will probably bring up perhaps the IFL was around during TUF 2, and maybe they were, and if they do, you know, call me out on it, because I honestly can't remember if IFL was around on TUF 2. A guy like Ben Rothwell was overlooked for TUF 2, and we ended up with guys like inexperienced Brad Imes, and most of the heavyweights just not being heavyweights. They weren't the right size. They were blown up 205ers like Rashad Evans and Rob McDonald and Keith Jardine, Seth Petruzzelli. Although apparently Seth Petruzzelli had fought heavyweight for a considerable time. And then at welterweight you had guys who were generally hadn't been around very much, like Kenny Stevens, who had a losing record coming into TUF. So basically, and season 3, you get the same thing with the losing record of Ross Point, and you can find better British middleweights than Ross Point. There are a lot of them. I could list some names off: Saul Gilbert, Paul Daly, if you want to put him in there, middleweight, Ross Mason. Just, what the hell was Ross Point doing there? What the heck was Danny Abadi doing in there? Now, I understand there's an element of we bring guys in for the entertainment value of them, but you can find good quality fighters who are also entertaining on camera. You can find this, and the UFC just doesn't seem to do it with TUF. They don't go and get the best lower org fighters. They go and get fighters from a lower org. This season, we haven't really had the same thing, but there's no one on the level of a Mac Danzig. Skill-wise, he is heads and tails above the rest of the fighters. And there's a couple of larger guys who have some skill who might have a shot at him because he is a small 170er, really is a 155er. But you just get the feeling that they made this tough for Mac Danzig, and I don't like that. Basically, what I'm trying to say, in a nutshell, is TUF fighters should be selected on skill to give us a bunch of possible winners in the weight class so that we don't, barring injury, like in, I guess a good example would be TUF 3, where Matt Hamill might have won. I don't think so. I think Bisping at the time was far too ahead of him, but might have won, and he got hurt, and there were a lot of other injuries. That's another one, though. That's my bone to pick, is what the hell was with that TUF light heavyweight class? Tate Fletcher? Christian Rothenmerl? Hell, no offer. Jesse Forrest. Well, I guess Jesse Forrest was an up-and-comer. I guess I can light him slide. And Josh Haynes. I mean, it was pretty weak. You can find better fighters than this. Now, I mean, there could be a reason that I'm not aware of, but I would like to see a TUF cast where everyone is a legitimately strong fighter. That's all I'd like to see. So, comment, respond, rate, and subscribe. And usual no crap, or I'm just getting rid of it. So anyways, later.